Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to give you three very crucial things that I would certainly want to tell a survivor extremely early on in the healing process, maybe even, even before they go no contact, just so that they understand, or just anyone that is struggling in the healing progress and they feel like, they're just not progressing, okay? Of course, other than seeking counsel or basically getting some coaching, getting into some adequate or sufficient therapy, these three things I would highly recommend you do. All right. Number one is hang on to what you still have. Okay. Hang on to what you still have. And some of you may not know what I mean by that. A lot of times by the end of the relationship with a narcissist, we feel so depleted, and you might hear when we're still in that victim state, we're going to say something like, they took everything from me, or I lost everything that I had, or, my life is just, devastated basically. And because they gave, and the narcissist took, and they overextended, and the narcissist always takes more than their share. They're going to take everything that they can. They're very greedy and selfish and self-focused, right? So when I say hang on to what you still have, I want you to realize that the narcissist didn't take everything from you. Do you know how many extremely successful people have hit rock bottom in life, have had to start over from nothing, so to speak? So to speak is what I'm going to say here, because this is our perceptions, particularly when we feel like, or if we have, lost our material wealth, or, money, financial abuse definitely happens, or, what, they took the rest of my self-esteem, which is something that we have to give them the authority to do. I'm going to just intercept that real quick. But, there's a lot of things that you probably still do have. In some cases, everybody's case is different of what they still have to hold on to once that relationship is over. But there's some things that y'all still have, if you still have your health, for instance. And I know that could be different depending on survivors, because I know some survivors who have had health issues as a result of intertwining with that energy, with the stress and all, and who literally, caught like uncurable STDs from them. And it may not be a life sentence as far as maybe it was something curable, or maybe it's something uncurable, but something that is manageable, where you can still go on and thrive and have a healthy life, once you get over the shock of what you caught from them. So, this number one is more about recognizing what you still have, while you're acknowledging what you lost. Yes, it's okay to acknowledge what you lost and take that inventory and say, you know what, I do want to get that back, but not use those losses to allow you to fall that much more into a darker place as you just solely focus on that, and then you lose sight of the things that you do have. And then actually, when you lose that sight, you end up almost surrendering all of those things as well. So you've lost the stuff that you literally did lose from that toxic relationship. You took some losses, but the depression that you fall into, or your perceptions of the ending of that relationship, which is actually relieving you and ending that toxic cycle for you, ending additional losses for you. Instead of seeing that part, we start wallowing, and then we're giving up more things because we're losing even more zest for our life. We're getting that much more off track from our purpose, right? So we're less productive and we're not putting into ourselves. You may not want to get out of bed. And this, it's like a domino effect from there. So when I say hold on to what you still have, you need to be able to recognize what you do still have. All right. And be grateful and thankful for that, because trust me, it could always be worse. Even if they did a number on you, it could always be worse. So please have some gratitude and hang on to what you do have so that you could use that, as a building block, to getting yourself stabilized. All right. We lost enough in that relationship. We don't need to be losing that much more because of our emotional immaturity. All right. So let's please be mindful and hold on to what we do still have when that relationship is over. I mean, do you still have some fight in you? For instance, everything is not tangible that you can hold on to. But the people who have hit the rock bottom and have become extremely successful, they had the fight still in them. They had the willpower still in them. You see what I'm saying? All right. So the next thing that I have on my list is going to tie into the hanging on to what you still have, is looking at the big picture. All right. Because a lot of times we do, and I really have to stress this, we really do get caught up in our hurt and our pain and our feelings and emotions. We really do. And then we let that magnify, and it becomes very powerful, and it's an overstimulant at that point, and it becomes an overkill. And, I say this a lot in my videos, but perceptions really do become reality. So when we look at the bigger picture, we can have a more elevated and illuminated outlook on a situation. So instead of saying, oh my gosh, the narcissist took this from me, they robbed me, they stole from me, they did this. Yeah, it hurt to find out, but aren't you glad you found out? It's like, yeah, you find out somebody's stealing from you, you're disappointed and you're upset about it, but wouldn't you rather find out now that they're stealing from you before they steal further from you? And this is the way that our perceptions need to be. Like, wow, it really sucked that this person did that to me. And I thought we were building trust and I wanted to have this trust with them, and they betrayed me. But I'm thankful to find out, as opposed to it going on any longer. Who wants that to continue in their life? Who wants to continue getting stolen from? So even if it hurts, if I run a store and someone's stealing clothes out of my store, I'm glad that we caught this person at this point, and, or else they're going to keep smuggling clothes out of my store and my inventory. I'm losing profits here. So instead of focusing so much on the hurt aspect of a person with this low morale, they were going to do this to anybody, really. So it's not even personal to me, even though I was trying to build this personal relationship. I'm glad I found out now. We have to have those kind of perceptions, and they go and they take us so far in the healing process than that woe is me and taking it so personally. Okay? Because I bet you if you look back on that person's life, they have a string of toxic felt relationships where they stole from other people as well. Does it make it any better that they did it to you? No, but it sure as heck makes it a lot less personal. All right. And that's the main fact here. All right. So the last thing on my list is really, truly, fully understanding the significance of the no contact. All right. Understanding why you're staying away from this person and why that is the best thing for you to do. Understanding the correlation of the no contact and actually breaking the trauma bond. All right. Understanding how making that shift in your life requires you to clean house and move away from the toxicity. And then for those of you who are co-parenting with the narcissist, and I'll just put quote co-parenting in quotes because I already feel your frustrations from that. Of course, we're gray rocking in that case because everyone can't go no contact per se, but you can have boundaries. You can keep it about the kids. And, like I said, you can have boundaries. And I've made videos on this as well. All right. So you really need to understand this no contact and perhaps really fully understanding, and not only understanding it, but accepting and committing yourself to fully, executing that will be extremely vital in the beginning parts where you are most prone to, break the no contact by not understanding the ways that the narcissist will manipulate you to try to get you to break that no contact. Please watch my videos on this. I've made lots of videos breaking that down. All right. So we're going to hang on to what we do still have. All right. We're not going to let that go through our hands as well. We are going to look at the bigger picture and be happy for the release, be happy for the ending, be happy for finding out the betrayal as opposed to it continuing to fester in our life. And then third, and finally, we're going to really understand the high importance of maintaining that no contact. All right. And the role that plays on delivering us from this toxic situation and keeping us out of it. Okay. So if this video resonates with you, please hit the like button. If you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Please hit the bell so that you're notified when I upload videos, which is quite frequently. I'm just all about increasing emotional maturity, providing clarity to those who have experienced narcissistic abuse, toxic relationships, who are trying to understand psychology, who's working on shadow work with themselves. And I do offer this help privately, one-on-one through coaching. You can go to my website, LakiaCrawford.com, to find out more about that. Voice calls, FaceTime, Skype, texting packages, email packages, all types of memberships going on there. I will be starting a Patreon pretty soon as well. I have a support group on Facebook, Lakia Reflection and Progression Crawford. Feel free to join that. And the support group is for survivors of narcissistic abuse. Other than that, over 400 videos here, guys, to help you. I put them into playlists. Go into them and take what you can. The motivational playlist for survivors of narcissistic abuse is a great playlist for when you are feeling triggered, when you don't want to get out of bed. So, and I think I have over 30 playlists, honestly. You can just go down to topics and see, what may be relevant to you. Repetition is your friend. I always tell people that in coaching, you're trying to rewrite or, change some toxic ways. Sometimes you need to listen to something over and over and really drill it into your subconscious. Okay. And with that being said, just continue to do the work. It does get better. It really does get better. But knowledge can be power if applied. And that knowledge gives the survivors so much more comfort and understanding in such an emotional driven situation. Okay. So give yourself that knowledge and it will give you the upper hand. All right, guys. And until next time, please take care.